So a huge part of this competition is that it emphasizes clean energy because it's having students build and rely on a clean energy source known as hydrogen fuel. Seeing that other girls are becoming involved in STEM was especially powerful. As someone who's been in several STEM competitions and been advocating for that.
And racing in hybrid did pose as a big challenge for us because it was our first year.
So we really value giving opportunities to young girls to help them. One of the reasons we need a lot of support is because we're underrepresented.
We are Suki.
Dạ một lần nữa trở lại cho chương trình Passport to thành công năng, và đặc biệt nếu mà khán giả nào mà có theo dõi những cái chương trình học hay là education system tại Mỹ thì mình biết rằng cứ mỗi 10 năm nó giống như là một cái kim đồng hồ gì đó, cứ mỗi 10 năm thì nó sẽ thay đổi cái cách giáo dục. Và nếu mà ai để ý trong một vài năm qua thì tiểu bang California đã bỏ tiền rất là nhiều đầu tư về các lớp học gọi là Career Tech Education, hay được gọi là CTE, hay được gọi là những lớp học mà về nghề nghiệp. Mà còn khi mình nói về những lớp học nghề nghiệp hay là CTE thì hôm nay Khang sẽ cho khán giả được gặp gỡ lại các em học sinh mà kỳ vừa rồi mình cũng có một cái video nói về các em trong cái cuộc thi Hydrogen Grand Prix, là những cái cuộc thi những chiếc xe model. Đặc biệt kỳ này mấy em đã được một cơ hội được mời đi thi Hydrogen Grand Prix tại nước Đức. Và hôm nay mình một lần nữa sẽ gặp gỡ các em và tìm hiểu thêm cái cuộc thi này ra sao, và các em đang cần giúp đỡ gì từ cộng đồng Việt Nam của mình. Xin khán giả cùng theo Khang năng.
Hi, I'm Kailani and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Sally and I'm also a junior.
So the competition we're involved in is known as the Hydrogen Grand Prix, which is a global STEM competition that advocates for students to better involve and learn about STEM education. They promote so by having students build, design, and eventually race what's called RC cars.
So a little bit more about our car. It's an RC car, so it's radio controlled and it's powered by hydrogen and battery.
Making it a hybrid vehicle. And so a huge part of this competition is that it emphasizes clean energy because it's having students build and rely on a clean energy source known as hydrogen fuel. It has no greenhouse gases, which are emitted by current methods such as using fossil fuels. A big part of this competition is the fact that it's global. So we have teams from around the world that are working to design their own unique vehicles. I know at the competition we've seen, what are some of the things that we've seen like different cars have?
So for some of the cars we see that they have their motors attached directly to the wheels, and for ours we have it attached to another gear to turn our wheels.
And so another thing too is you'll see teams with different types of bodies. For ours, we designed it ourselves. Some have flat cars, some have more rounder or taller ones. So a lot of teams it's very unique in that aspect that they there's a lot of creativity with the competition because they get to design what they'd like. So for the competition, the actual task is to race around a track, almost like an F1 track, but on a smaller scale, and complete as many laps as possible within a set amount of time. For at Worlds, the race, it lasts 6 hours, which is a really long time driving the vehicle. Which is why we're going to have our drivers switch off.
So currently our driver is Emma, and she has very good eye and hand coordination, which allows precise driving skills.
So we basically practice to see who has the most steady hand when it comes to driving, and we found that it was Emma, and Sally's actually our backup driver. So we have two, because 6 hours is a long time. One of the greatest things that this whole STEM competition advocates for is for problem solving. That skill is especially important when it comes to going into the engineering field, whether that be manufacturing or specific aerospace or electrical, mech-E. like people are looking for students who have the capability to problem solve and to think outside the box, which is why this competition is so fun, because it fosters that within students. So at the competition, when we had met the other all-girls team, we thought it was really cool. They were the first people we ended up going up to and talking to, because we were the only all-girls team at qualification, so seeing them at state was really impactful. And hearing that both of us would be going to Worlds together was great, because we knew that we could kind of help each other out, since they've been doing this competition longer than we have. But seeing that support, seeing that other girls are becoming involved in STEM was especially powerful. As someone who's been in several STEM competitions and been advocating for that, seeing their success and how there's a female community within HGP is especially powerful, and has been for our team. Yeah, so it was really cool meeting the other team. I know they're based in Boyle Heights, and they actually have a full track, so they've offered to help us practice, which is really helpful.
In our engineering class, our class is mostly dominated by male, and so females are often underrepresented in engineering.
That's why it's especially important to have that representation, to have that community, because it helps us know that we have someone that we can go to if we need help, that if we feel more comfortable working with. Especially when it comes to higher roles, because I've gone to several conferences where I've seen female engineers, and having that representation, people that I can look up to, gives me the hope that I can accomplish the same things that they are. So I feel as though this trip to Germany will be especially helpful in us reaching out to other female teams, because having that almost bridge between these other, not only from where we're from, but other countries even, knowing that there's all-girls teams in these different parts of the world will help us to understand their experiences and advocate for more females in STEM all over, because it's not just a problem here, it's a problem all over, and it's a constant battle that we're fighting. So I think kind of bridging the gap between all these different girls, all these women, will help just further empower and remind us that it's possible to empower girls. So as incredible as it is to have the opportunity to compete in Germany, there is the cost of having to pay for housing and for plane tickets. So though we have the opportunity, we might not be able to get there, which is why we need your help. One of the ways you can help us is through donating on our website, our WHS Westminster High School website. If you go into the web store, you can look for Team Suki, and there's a drop-down menu, and you can donate. Anything helps. I think the least is from $10, ranging to however high you'd like, but any donation helps. We're also looking for possible mentors. Maybe you work for companies and can help provide us with materials, with uniforms. That can help us as well, or even just spreading the word.
Speaking of that too, is how do you come with a name? Why is it Team Suki?
Ah, okay. So, Suki. We came up with the name kind of because we were inspired by one of the female characters in Fast and Furious 2, Suki. And so we actually have her car. Do you want to show them the back of the car? Yep, all around 360. Yeah, Suki. So we were inspired by her car in the movies because it was bright pink, and she was one of the drivers, so we thought that was really cool. So most of the work done on the car was actually hands-on by us girls, but we did have help from our mentors. For example, our engineering CTE teacher, Mr. Berger, as well as my dad. He was helping mentor, and a lot of it was done by us because we really find there's a lot of value in learning more about the technical aspects of the car, the little things, the little problems that might occur. Because by understanding more about the vehicle on your own, it'll just help you to resolve and discover and basically attend to problems later on that might arise.
Something I would like to say to the younger engineers is that when you see an opportunity, you should definitely take it, because you might not ever see one again. Even if it doesn't work out, you should still persevere and go through it, finish what you started.
I would agree with that. I think tying into that, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that just having perseverance will take you so far. As important as it is to be a good leader, to have the technical skills, if you don't have the perseverance, the tenacity to keep on working, even when things get hard, you're not going to go anywhere. Having perseverance and having the passion for what you're working on is what's going to motivate you to keep on going. So even if you might not have the skills now, you might not feel like you're a good leader now, work towards those things because you can build up and those things you can just get better.
What is your expectation?
Our expectation for Germany is to compete and to do well. I know I want to aim for like higher places, but we'll see. I want to make sure, I've thought about this, especially as a team captain, what I want like our team to look like and do in Germany. And I want us to become better as a team and have fun, but I want us to go there to compete and to do well. So a combination of both.
Chào quý vị, đây là thầy Phạm, thầy giáo ở trường trung học Westminster High School. Thì đây là hôm nay là một cái STEM competition đó, là các em sẽ làm gọi tên là Horizon Grand Prix, sponsored by Toyota. Thì các em có một cái sẽ build một cái xe, mà cái xe này đặc biệt nó run on hydrogen gas. Thì các em phải cần bỏ mấy cái wire vô, and then xài mấy cái gọi là hydrogen stick để power cái xe. Cái event này là 2 ngày, có thứ bảy và chủ nhật. Ngày hôm nay là ngày thứ 2, and then mỗi ngày có two rounds cho trường học. Cái buổi sáng có khoảng 17 đội, and then buổi chiều có khoảng 9 đội nó sẽ compete. Thì ngày hôm nay trường học Westminster sẽ là người là host cho cái event này. Thì một cái điều cái gymnasium của trường nó to để có cái entire racetrack to như vậy để các em nó race, và có chỗ để các em làm việc bên đây, và có chỗ để phụ huynh để ngồi để xem. Thì mỗi ngày nó có cái round, thì mình sẽ đi lên regional, and then Southern California, and then mình sẽ lên national và international level. Cái event ở đây thì có các em compete đó, cái đội compete thì được xem, nhưng mà các em của trường học, của cộng đồng được đến để xem luôn. Thì nó inspire nhiều các em về engineering, về xe, về lái mô tô.
Những cái event kiểu này nó giúp mấy em về học vấn sao?
Thì mấy cái event này các em được bị inspire để theo mấy cái engineering, và các em được đến gặp mấy cái đội khác luôn để exchange ideas, để nói chuyện với nhau, với network.
So yours.
Okay, so. Hi, I'm Emma and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm also a junior.
And as you know, we are going to Worlds, but it's important to consider the journey that we had to get to this point. So last year was actually Westminster High School's first time ever competing in the Hydrogen Grand Prix. We actually held the competition at our school in the gym, but we only had 2 teams, and our team, Team Suki, an all-girls team, were one of the 2 teams that were able to compete. And it was in fact our rookie year. So our rookie year, we spent it learning everything that we know now, but now we know more because we've had all that time to learn more. But in the beginning, we had the stock car, but we were able to modify it enough to where we were able to race in hybrid. And racing in hybrid did pose as a big challenge for us because it was our first year, but we still were able to go. And some of the problems that we ended up having were like, with the battery, we didn't have enough battery power to get us through the race, so we took that into consideration this year and made sure we used good enough batteries, and we were able to get through the entire race. And considering this year, when we went to quals, we did end up having trials and tribulations as well, but it wasn't with the battery, but instead something else, because our car was modified with 3D made parts that we made ourselves. So we ended up having problems with the motor, but up to now, we've been working on improving that, and now we are at the point where we are able to make sponsorships, or complete sponsorships for our journey to Germany, which Sarah can tell you a little bit about.
So we mainly started our journey as a new Team Suki at our qualifiers, where initially it didn't do too well, but eventually we made modifications to the car, and during finals we managed to race and we showed our improvement as a team. Eventually we got invited to World Finals at Germany, where we made plans to further improve our car through modifications, such as including things like telemetry. We decided to have a new carbon fiber body, and we also decided to upgrade on some more things like our motor and such.
Yeah. And from this year, we've since we are going to Worlds for the first time as our second year competing in the competition, we've opened up a whole new world for ourselves with sponsorships and research and making connections with other teams. When we were at state finals, we were able to talk to all the different teams and see, hey, how could we improve our car as well, looking at their cars as well. So we were able to make those connections and improve our car and learn new things we could do to improve our car later down the line. So overall, we've branched out to the community and we've learned how to do so many new things this year.
And so therefore for the future, we hope that we'll further improve our car through different modifications, especially since we did get sponsorships, especially with carbon fiber filament, in order to create improvement on our car. And we hope to be able to compete successfully in the World Finals as individuals and a whole team who can properly compete. So the Hydrogen Grand Prix is mainly a competition worldwide. So you get countries from Australia, you get teams from Australia, the Netherlands, you get teams from a lot of different countries. And to be able to reach out internationally is a huge step for anyone, especially since we're mainly located in Southern California, where most of our connections are within California. So as a team heading to Germany, we get to experience the German culture, but also be able to connect with different countries and the people living there. The trip is 1 week, lasting from August 20th to August 28th. That's the duration of our trip, but there are different days for races, such as August 23rd, I believe, would be the initial inspection check for our cars. Then leading up to August 26th, I believe, would be the day for hybrid races. August 27th would then be the day for the all women in STEM race. So that would be all female teams racing together.
And Hydrogen Grand Prix, Nicola, the person who's running the whole show, she's making it a point to be able to let us as a community come together and meet a lot of people from all around the world. So there will be a barbecue where we'll be bringing something from our cultures, and people from their other countries will be bringing things from their respective cultures. So we'll be able to have a giant barbecue and be able to meet new people from different areas, learn about cultures, and eat their food. So that's another thing that they're doing to foster that community.
Yeah, it's also important that we are a team of fully diverse people. So for our barbecue, we're not just focusing on a certain ethnicity or culture. We're focusing on our respective diversities, and we're able to capture the diversity of California as a country full of immigrants looking for a new life in that specific meal that we're going to bring.
Okay, at state finals, there were about 19 teams competing in the competition. And the thing is, with our team, we're the only all-girls team besides one other one. So they invited us to Worlds because they want us to be competing in the all-girls race at Germany.
So I'm Nicola Weiss, and I am the U.S. Director for the H2GP series. We are hosting these events and running the programs here in the United States. The program has been around since 2016. We have a lot of Huntington Beach Unified High School teams competing. There's 4 Edison teams today and 2 Westminster teams in the race coming up. the thing that the students benefit the most from, they become problem solvers, they become innovators, they become collaborators. They can think out of the box. They don't need an instruction manual because this program doesn't come with one. You never know what will happen to a car and what it will take to fix it. They will realize really quickly that everybody on the team will have a different thinking process, and the most successful teams bring that all together and are able to have that team collaborate and hear everybody's voice on the team. And it really prepares them for the future workforce, no matter what industry or what pathway they go into.
Okay, I am not going to issue any more warning. Okay.
Thì đặc biệt các thầy muốn cảm ơn cái công ty Horizon Grand Prix và Toyota để sẽ xếp cái cơ hội này cho các em đã đi race, và of course cái trường Westminster High School và Huntington Beach Union High School District để cho cái event ở đây.
Dạ, xin chào, mình tên là anh Đào Nguyễn, mẹ của bé Khánh Linh ở đây. Mình rất là hân hạnh và để con em có được cái cơ hội để học hỏi từ thầy Pham, thầy Burger với lại Mr. Vu, thầy Vu. Nhờ những cái này á mà bé hiểu được rất là nhiều những cái giống như cái cách cái robot nó chạy thế nào, dòng điện connect như sao, rồi hiểu, rồi bé cũng biết xài những cái basic tool, chẳng hạn như mấy cái drill ở nhà bây giờ bé cũng biết, thấy cái này cái kia cũng biết sửa. Và sẵn đây mình cũng cảm ơn trường, cảm ơn district, cảm ơn cộng đồng đã support để cho có những cái chương trình như vậy để các em có cơ hội học hỏi nhiều hơn. Có thể là nhờ cái này mà các em có thể định hướng được tương lai để học, quyết định cái major nào mà hợp với mình. Nhiều khi nếu không có thì cũng không biết là cái thiệt sự là tiềm ẩn inside của mình đó là có được cái khả năng như thế này.
Cái này nó sao nó sẽ chạy khoảng 1-2 tiếng, đúng không? Lâu lâu mình thay pin và mình chạy được càng nhiều vòng.
Thì sẵn đây em cũng muốn gửi lời đến những phụ huynh mà nếu mà con em của mình chưa có hay là vẫn còn nhút nhát, chưa có dám tham gia chương trình này chương trình kia thì cứ nên khuyến khích các em đừng có ngại, đừng có sợ, tại vì cái này là cái cơ hội để thứ nhất là các em học hỏi, thứ nhì nữa cái quan trọng nữa là các em có thể cùng học cái cách làm việc chung trong đội nhóm, support each other để cùng nhau tiến lên. Và phụ huynh thì nên dành nhiều thời giờ chút xíu để đưa đón các em, lắng nghe các em mỗi ngày, giống như bé Khánh Linh ngày nào về cũng kể cho mẹ nghe là hôm nay con làm cái gì, con dùng được cái tool gì, con hiểu được cái điện connect như thế nào. Thì các em rất là phấn khởi và muốn được cha mẹ nghe những thành quả của mình. Thì mình khuyến khích thì các em sẽ có được cái động lực để mà làm nhiều hơn, chịu khó hơn. Cái đó rất là cần thiết, đặc biệt là những cái em ở tuổi teen bây giờ thì nên có những cái program mà hand on, thay vì ở nhà cứ coi YouTube hay là chơi game online thì cái này thì rất là tốt.
Okay, it's not. I don't. We have to change up the whole motor then. Yeah, we have to switch the whole motor. Steering's fine. We have to shift it over.
Dạ. Thì như là nếu mà là mẹ thì em cũng làm được nhiều nhất là đưa đón, sẵn sàng lúc nào cũng gắng dành thời giờ đưa đón các em, đưa trễ, đón sớm, đưa sớm, đón trễ. Rồi với lại em cũng phụ các em là Khánh Linh và có một người anh nữa cũng học lớn hơn Khánh Linh một lớp thì hay bán đồ gây quỹ, chẳng hạn như là bán kẹo nè, bán chip để gây quỹ, để có phí để mai mốt sẽ đi compete, đi lên compete statewide.
Hi, I'm Michelle Shim. I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm a junior. And a big standout factor about our team is that we're an all-girls team currently racing in the Hydrogen Grand Prix. And we value this because we want to continue representing underrepresented teams in STEM, specifically younger generations looking to go into the STEM field.
So as you can see here, this is our award from state finals, where there are only one other all-girls team. And that's a main reason why we really value having our all-girls team. 3 of our members are actually a part of the Women in STEM Club board, so we really value giving opportunities to young girls to help them. And one of those opportunities is showing them that they can be like us and achieve a lot in terms of STEM. So with that, we hope that that really stands out to you and shows that one of the reasons we need a lot of support is because we're underrepresented.
And especially because the Hydrogen Grand Prix is a big factor of our engineering program here at Westminster High School.
So as we prepare for the Germany trip, we need a lot of monetary support, including covering airfare and food and lodging expenses. So we would really appreciate if you could give any help that you can. And also, we really value having mentorship. But overall, thank you, and we hope that you can support us.
How do they want to support?
If you want to support, please go to the Lions web store, and there's a section dedicated solely to our team where you can donate any amount of money that you want.
Yeah, we accept all kinds of like monetary donations. So you can support us financially through merch or any other form of support. And if you want to, I guess, give us a check, you would cash it in through the WHS Engineering Club. Chào các cô chú, muốn giúp đội con cho team Suki đưa cho tiền những cái quần áo cho team Suki. Đúng rồi, cho con. Cho các con. Gửi check cho Westminster High School Engineering Club, and cảm ơn cô chú.
Alright, that's all we need. Okay, anything else you want to fill in for this part? We good?
I think that's good because I'm not
sure what you're gonna say the first 2 parts yet.